Hello and good morning. You tune in to Market Cafe. I'm Ankita Saxena and with me is Shrishti Sharma. In the next half an hour, we'll take you through all of that transpired on the global markets and what are the cues you need to watch out for before the start of the street. And it is Friday, so it's the last trading day of the week. Let's take stock of how, the global markets shaped up and what is going to be the impact on the Indian market. Wall Street, let's take a look at how Wall Street shaped up yesterday. Now, remember, as far as Wall Street is concerned, we do see cuts coming in on the Wall Street. We saw a sea of red. In fact, the US stocks retreated a little. Remember, from the recent rally, S&P 500 has been hovering around the record high levels, but we did see a cool-off come on the West Asian tensions. We do see Dow Jones Industrial Average that traded down 179 odd points. S&P 500 that traded down 0.4%, and Nasdaq Composite was down almost 200 odd points. In fact, almost a percent cut coming in as far as Nasdaq Composite is concerned. In fact, even if you look at the stock futures, they're also little changed, so very flat moves coming in on the futures as well. But if you look at the implied start to Nifty, that is hinting towards a positive start. But the rest of the day, how that pans out, that is something that we need to watch out for. But let's talk about the commodities. And Shrishti, tell us, how does the commodity look like? Because oil movement has had a major impact on how the markets have been moving lately.
Well, absolutely, Ankita, and there's been no stopping because just overnight we have seen more than 3% gain coming in on crude oil prices. Yes, of course, it is the kind of tensions that we are definitely seeing in the Strait of Hormuz. The blockade continues, and as of now, crude is hovering around that $106 per barrel mark when it comes to Brent oil, and even WTI is seeing a 1% uptick in the morning, very close to that $97 per barrel mark. So yes, of course, that's not a great news for the emerging markets, and especially India. But that is the reality, that as of now, there's been no cool off, and maybe the markets are waiting for the blockade to actually end. And add to that is what happens on the war situation. The markets are watching out for that very closely. But add to that, we have seen a bit of a sell-off once again happening on the gold as well as on the silver prices. For now, gold is hovering around that $4,717 per ounce mark, and silver is very close to that $75 per ounce mark. So that's the kind of move we are getting to see from the crude as well as the precious metal side.
All right, so that's how the oil and the precious metals are moving. But let's take stock of how the Asian handover looks like. The Asian handover is right now very mixed. It's only Nikkei that is trading up with gains of 0.6%. And remember, Japan's core inflation has accelerated after 5 months as Iran war has stoked some energy worries. But nonetheless, the Japanese markets are shrugging that off as well, and they are trading with gains of 0.6%. Some buying coming in there. But other markets are seeing a sea of red. Like Shrishti mentioned, the oil prices have jumped up, and that is having an impact. Shanghai is trading down 0.7%. We have Hang Seng that is down 0.8%, and we have S&P SX that is also down 0.5%. But implied start to Nifty is bucking the trend. That is showing a positive start of 73 odd points.
All right, so